welcome back to Queen Consolidated, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things related to Arrow over on the CW. I am Phil, and joining me as always is Lilith.
Hey guys, what's up? Still feeling positive about this episode, about this season, so there's that. This week's episode 503 is entitled Matter of Trust, and it was harkening back to season 1 where the title of the episode was definitely going to be the theme of the episode, and Mark Guggenheim on Twitter mentioned that he mentioned it because he's a huge Billy Joel fan, and all I have to say is the video for A Matter of Trust is creepy and the cover art is too, so now I'm definitely looking at Mark Guggenheim even more sideways. Didn't think it was possible. Yeah, can you believe we're at 95 episodes already?
Yeah, 100 is quickly approaching as part of the crossing.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Let's see, who wrote and directed this? Oh, Ben Sikowski and Amelia Aldrich and wrote this episode, and Gregory Smith, who I believe is a newcomer, directed this episode. So yeah, it's basically Team Arrow, 6.0 at this point. Trying to get their act together.
It depends. I think they consider Diggle, Felicity, and Oliver as Arrow.
OTA.
OTA,
but
yeah, but I mean, like the original Team Arrow was Oliver.
Oliver and Yonsei. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah, so that's why I'm just very facetious about the whole Team Arrow 2.0 thing. So this was Stardust, Cody Runnels' TV debut, I guess, outside of wrestling.
Well, when he got
Did you watch this SummerSlam about a year ago, 2 years ago?
No,
Whatever it was? I don't know.
No,
I'm not a wrestling fan anymore.
Yeah, I haven't been into wrestling for a long time. I mean, it's been maybe 15 years.
Since the first time Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson retired.
I mean, as a kid, I used to watch with my dad, then I gave it up for a while, and then some of my friends were watching it, so I'd watch, every so often, but yeah, it's been a while. I was going to call him the Joker after Wild Dog dropped him in those chemicals. I was like, oh, it's the Jack Nicholson Joker origin.
Everybody has to be Harley Quinn. This episode, I don't know, I like this episode, but Wild Dog, or as we call him on Reddit, Hot Dog, he's got his foot down, man. I definitely think he's the team member that dies. Because he's a hothead, reckless, thinks he knows better. I mean, almost anybody knows better than Oliver, but they're not supposed to know that just yet.
Well, he could be, because in the previous investigation, he could die. But, no, but I even put on my opinion, Oliver expected the guy named Wild Dog expected.
I don't know. And Felicity also spilled her secret to make herself feel better. Come on, lady. Come on. Stop being so selfish, please. I can't, honestly, that's the way that it came across. It's not like she was doing it for him. She was doing it for herself. And I have a really big issue.
Well, do you think
is she? Because she's still acting like a bossy, know-it-all sociopath, yes.
Well, I mean, when she told him that, it was me and everything, I think that's confessing to, one of the victims, so it was either, I don't know, she either wanted forgiveness or she was like, put me out of my misery.
Yeah. And we know he's not going to put her out of her misery, so. And I don't think he's going to forgive her. And I think that's going to breed some mistrust, as it were. That this kid's got some crazy powers. I would have kept it to myself. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, do you have a death wish?
Is this the beginning of the arc for Felicity where she wants to just die because of all her poor life choices, or what? Because that was a great big step towards it.
You're still waiting for them to kill her off.
I don't want them to kill her off. I want them to write Felicity better. Even Emily Bett herself says she feels more comfortable with doing more comedic things. She's not comfortable with dramatic stuff, and they keep trying to give her dramatic things. It's like, go with what, like, yes, you should push an actor to do better, be better, give them something to sink their teeth into. But if they're telling you that they don't feel ready, maybe you should listen to the actors, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought.
And can I, since we're on the subject of Felicity, this week I just discovered how ferocious the Felicity shippers can be.
Oh God! Did they get you? Did the velocity? What are they called? The velocitors.
I didn't even mention Felicity when I was live tweeting on Tuesday. I was live tweeting The Flash, and I just put up one of my last tweets with something like, oh look, spoilers. Barry actually defeated somebody without throwing a punch. I'm like, Oliver couldn't have done that, and it was just, it was just hatred from them. It was just like, yeah, well, at least he wouldn't change the timeline and kill his best friend's brother. F you.
Oh, yikes. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm really actually surprised that they don't, I just say how I feel. It's like, I love Emily Bett with all my heart, but I hate Felicity, and I just want a better written for she is the female lead. We have to deal with that now. I mean, I think it should be Thea personally, but she is what it is, and we need to do better with what we have. And they need to listen to their actors a little bit more. So that's all that I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You lied to me, by the way, on Facebook, on our messenger chat, where you said this episode was terrific, like the hit towards Curtis, like the fair play wrestler, the whole golden age reference was awesome for me, but everything else about Mr. Terrific right now is poop.
Sorry, I just meant he was dressing the part.
I love the fair play jacket, but some things from the comic books just don't translate well to TV. And that big black T across his face just is one of those things.
Yeah, because
give him Diggle's Magnegro helmet if we're going to go there then. It's got a T in it. It's got a T in it. There you go.
If they could do something where it doesn't look completely like face paint, because in the comic books, doesn't he have stuff built into that? At least night vision stuff or something?
Yeah, well, and we're also not at that level with Mr. Terrific and his gadgetry either. So, I mean, we've been teased about the T-spheres and all these things, but he's not there yet. You know what I mean? So he's got to earn it. I get what they're saying, but I think maybe they need better makeup artists because, I mean, let's just put it this way. David Ramsey is a handsome man that doesn't need a lot of makeup. And the reason why they gave him a mask instead of face paint, I don't know. But not all makeup artists can work with all skin tones is the way that I took it. Because Evelyn's little grease paint, Jessie Quick eyewear thingy looked okay.
Yeah, and that was just over the eyes. I mean, that T covers most of the front of his face.
I don't think he has the cheekbone structure for the T or something. It was just something very off about it. Mm-hmm. But hopefully they'll get there with the costume.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna get to him and the technology for a while because it seems like they've dropped that with him, and he's just Oliver teach me to be a tough guy.
He's a black male gay Felicity. Yes, I'm aware. Yep.
I'm sorry.
I have high hopes for Curtis. I like Echo a lot. He's very enthusiastic about being a part of the show, and I like his reaction to the fandom. To a lot of things because it's a lot of faux pas. It's really kind of amazing in this day and age to watch actors kind of stumble through social media and kind of learn their lessons, and it's been a journey for him already. But he is a treat, and he's a really nice guy. If you ever get to go to I think Heroes and Villains Fan Fest is probably one of the best, I'd say, conventions for the Arrow people. So yeah, if you get a chance, he's a really cool dude. He's still young and just really just he's just got to rein it in. But I have high hopes for him. I do. Yeah. So we get that district attorney finally, Adrian Chase. and who is Vigilante on the show as well as the comic books. I was just like, but we already had Laurel Lance. Just saying.
What did you?
I mean, I'm cool with the Daredevil light. I'm cool with it. Don't get me wrong, but we already kind of had a character last season that could have fulfilled this role. I'm just throwing that out there.
They need to do deeper background checks on these DAs. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But who do you think that my personal theory is that he was talking about Laurel Lance 12 years ago. She went with the wrong guy.
Maybe. I'm trying to work out the timeline. Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think how long Oliver and Laurel were together. Because that was pre-Island and everything.
Yeah. 12 years ago. I mean, they're...
Well, I think
Laurel was fresh out of law school when she was working at Canary. So, I mean, not fresh, but like a year or so out.
Because I thought he said, well, I don't think it was this episode, maybe last one, Oliver said something about it. It's been 10 years since he originally got stuck on the island. Yeah, because 5 years of flashbacks and 5 years of show.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, that's my little theory, and I mean, this is a total red herring that I was like, yeah, this dude's gonna be Prometheus.
Who?
Adrian Chase Vigilante. That's gonna be the twist.
You think he's gonna be Vigilante and Prometheus?
Yep. That's gonna be the twist. It's gonna be one of those Eobard Thawne in a Wells meat suit situation. I'm calling it right now.
Interesting.
I like it better than Tommy is Prometheus. I'm just saying.
I was gonna watch it'll be something like the original Count Vertigo or something.
Everybody's kind of leaning towards Eddie Fryers, and I am too, to be honest. This is just my kind of crackpot theory that I like to have every now and then. Yeah,
but I mean, he was in those season 1 flashbacks, but I mean, did he make like a big enough impact that it, if he unmasks, if people are gonna be like, oh, it's Fryers?
I think they might be trying to get the comic book fans back because I don't know if it's true that Deathstroke is gonna like actual Manu Bennett, not just a stunt double in a Deathstroke suit's coming back for the 100th. But you know what I mean? Like they could delve back into that. Like they were brothers and he was, his son's godfather. We've seen a version of his son on Legends, which is basically why we've retconned poor baby Sarah into John Diggle Jr.
Poor baby Sarah.
I mean, I'll be the first to admit, if you remember at the beginning of the season when they had that baby, I was like, are they going to kill the baby and kill Lila because Diggle doesn't need to be married and have a kid? No. Like, he doesn't, like, I just said, like, and I like Lila. I think she's BAMF, totally all the way. And I like that she stands up to Diggle and she's there for Diggle and that they're the best relationship on the show. But I just wanted more for Diggle. I just felt like they moved way too fast, way too soon. And it's like when the Brady Bunch brought in Cousin Oliver, it's like we really aren't at that point in the show just yet to be having cute babies for the sake of cute babies.
Yeah, but I mean, they could always push them off to the side. Like those two, well, they do have a good relationship, but they could get divorced because when we see the adult John Diggle in Legends of Tomorrow season 1. He wasn't using his father's name, so there could be
for a reason. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just saying. But like, I like how Lila is there for her man. Like, I like how she's like, I love you, I believe in you, even though Diggle's like pushing her away. And then she's like, you know what? I'm head of Argus. We have a relationship with the Green Arrow. I'm gonna make him do something for me. Sorry to skip to the end, but that was my favorite part.
Was it? Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, well, it was my second favorite part. And I'm skipping toward the middle of John's journey. I was so hyped to have Michael Rowe back. I was like, I know it's a hallucination. Like, I knew it instantly. I didn't even get ruined on social media or anything. I was just like, Death Squad. Suicide Squad is making millions. It's already in production it's in pre-production or whatever you want to say for Suicide Squad 2. So I know that it had to be like this was just kind of a tease, if you will.
Yeah, the Deadshot hallucination, or as I called it, the Ghost of Murder's Past.
Yeah. So But Diggle's story this week, I will say, felt really, really out of place and out of nowhere. And it was basically just to set up his breakout next episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, you think they're rushing that in? They can, like, get him out and get him back on the team already?
Yeah. But I don't know if you noticed this Easter egg. The journalist that Thea's got a blood feud with now, her name was Susanna Williams, which she is part of the Green Lantern mythos.
Huh.
Yeah, she dated one of the Jordan brothers trying to figure out who the Green Lantern was. So I was just like, we getting some more Green Lantern references, although I don't want Mark Guggenheim anywhere near the Green Lanterns ever again. If Andrew Kressberg could just transfer that to the Flash, I'd be good. Just like we can take that and run with it straight to the Flash, straight to Central City. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got hyped on it. I was like, oh my God, it's another Green Lantern Easter egg. Because I don't know if you noticed, we kind of have strayed away from all of that for a while.
Mm-hmm. I think that has to be handled delicately, the whole Green Lantern thing, especially on TV. You know,
if Legends of Tomorrow gets to season 3, they have to have a Green Lantern, even if it's Alan Scott. No offense. And I'm a golden age groupie. Y'all know that.
All I ask is if they put Green Lantern on any version of Green Lantern on any of these shows, just have Jeff Johns take a look at like the script or whatever before he put it on air, please.
They'll be like, Green, he'll be like, Green what? No, get out of my office.
Here, let me tweak this.
Oh, but yeah. So what did you think of Derek Sampson and his drug Stardust? Which is a reference to the character that Cody Rhodes played on WWE. I was just like, ooh, come on now.
I'm just like, okay, Vertigo 2.0?
3.0, yeah.
3.0, yeah. But I'm just like, my one problem with the character was after he took that dunk in the chemicals and he couldn't feel any pain, I'm like, just because you can feel pain doesn't mean you're, invulnerable. You take enough damage, as Oliver showed in the end, you're going to go down.
Yeah. But I did like his response. He's like, okay, the arrow didn't work, so why are we punching? Because that was a big problem in last season. Mm-hmm. He used his bow as a melee weapon as opposed to actual like range weapon a lot. Just saying. I like hand to hand as much as the next person, but it is kind of called arrow.
Special effects budget, remember?
I know. Damn you, Ragman. I like you, but damn you.
Special effects budget. That gives me an excuse for your favorite button.
Yep. Or lack thereof. Although I will say that I think that the production value has gone back up for some reason. I really feel like season 5 has been given a budget boost. Mm-hmm. I think maybe the merchandise is doing a little bit better or something. Plus, I just feel like we were back to that season 1-2 feel. Like they were even using that filter again. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, except for like Ragman, you don't really have that many over-the-top special effects this season, unlike last season when you had like, Constantine in it for an episode and, all the mystical stuff on the island and, the Damien Dark mystical stuff and Vixen for an episode.
Yeah. Well, they have to be very careful with the budget. This is a 23 episode journey.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, I totally was digging it really kind of is looking like and feeling kind of sort of in like a Earth 3 way, old season 1 and 2 of Arrow. I'm just really digging it. I love when people have to eat crow. It's my favorite thing. It really is. So what else happens?
What about that part? What about that
Thea.
part? Thea. No, go ahead.
Thea, she's got like I said, she's got a blood feud going with that reporter. I'm here for it. Maybe they'll kiss and make up. I don't know.
That scene at the end when she's just like, you only get to mess with, you only get to pull one over on me once. She's like, if you, try something like this again, you'll be lucky if you have a blog. I was like,
that was the best.
I was
Mama
like,
Bear Thea, I love it.
I was like, there you go, Malcolm Merlin Jr. was running the family.
I think she gets it from Moira more than Merlin on that particular thing.
Yeah,
that was Mama Bear all the way. She would have done Moira proud. Yeah, I like her belief in Quentin, but reporters are reporters, Thea, so you've learned your lesson. You've been burned and you won't be burned again.
Mm. And
so what were you going to say?
I was just going to mention about in the beginning of the episode, what about Oliver dropping that guy off the roof?
Cutting his tendon. I was like, hell yes, I am so here for this brutal Green Arrow. Like, seriously, I am.
I just love when the recruits are like, he's not going to kill him, is he? And Felicity's like, no, well, I don't, well. It's season 5, kids.
Anything could happen. I love it.
But we all saw it coming, but Quentin Lance is now the deputy mayor. We got the Chin Fuzz team going.
Oh my god, I was looking at the cast pictures from season 1 and I was like, and I don't know if anybody's like a South Park fan, but just in my head I got the member berries in my head. Remember when Quentin had hair?
Oh, he had so much hair in season 1. Like, me and a buddy at work were always joking in season 1 Arrow, well, like he had all that chest hair coming out like at the top of his shirt. All through season 1, my buddy called him Captain Chest Hair.
I did too. Like, I was always like, he missed one too many buttons. I miss it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I miss it. But oh man, I think we can put Quentin on the back burner for right now. Like, as much as I love Paul Blackthorne, there's like so many more interesting things. I'm not sure where they're going with it other than for him to be the mayor at the end of the season.
Oh yeah, as I said, Oliver's getting impeached or he's going to quit or something. Yeah, and then Quentin's going to be there. But although, so okay, spoiler alert, so Legends of Tomorrow is just on tonight. And it's been a good week for the Lance family. Quentin became deputy mayor and Sarah was just appointed the new leader of Legends of Tomorrow now that Rip's missing.
Told y'all she was gonna be the captain. I already called that a mile away.
They tried following Martin Stein and he kind of froze in the middle of it.
So which lesbian in history did she make out with this week? By the way,
I don't think there was anyone this episode. The first episode, she was all over a bunch of them.
I'd be okay if that was the whole plot of season 2 of Legends. Honestly, I would.
Yeah, nobody this week, but like the season premiere, I swear she was like the female Oliver. Man, she was.
Well, birds of a feather.
Birds of prey.
Shudder to think. Anyway, I thought this episode had great pacing. But for some reason, I don't know what it is. Blake Neely's just like super busy, but I've noticed that his composing and his scoring in this show in particular has not really been there. He does do the other shows except for Supergirl. Somebody else does that, but yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. But if it's not Blake Neely scoring it, it just doesn't feel like Arrow to me. Or if they're rehashing it, because usually at the beginning of the seasons you'll hear reworks, stuff that he's trying out, and it just doesn't feel quite like Arrow to me until I hear something new from him. So
I didn't even notice, but maybe that's it, because there's something that's felt off to me this season. Maybe that's it. Maybe because the music's different.
So yeah, those are just my thoughts. I still thought it was pretty good. The guy that plays Adrian Chase, I know him from somewhere, but I can't put my finger on it. Do you know where he's from?
No.
It'll come to me. It'll come to me next week. Okay. Did you notice any other Easter eggs?
I don't believe so. Of course, we always get Channel 52. Just like the podcast.
Whoa! Shameless plugs are my territory, buddy. Kidding.
Helping you out. What do you think of Felicity's new boyfriend?
Billy Malone. Nickname matches.
Oh no! They've stolen enough Batman stuff.
I don't get his angle. I'm thinking I thought maybe he was. I don't know. I don't like him.
Do you think he's the new traitor? Because usually there's like a traitor, he
really calls into a crime scene. Like, really?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's usually Thea who dates like the mole for the bad guy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Felicity this season.
Yeah, probably.
What if
I mean, he had to be suspicious about that rag. And I was like, are we going to say her name was Reza? Or nah, last week I forgot to mention that.
what if he's Prometheus and, like, Oliver killed his brother or his mother or something in season 1? Who knows?
Or he gave his sister an STD. Who knows?
Oh!
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I mean, we are harkening back to, pre-Island Oliver. He was quite the douchebag. Oh, the flashbacks.
Yes, Russia.
I still love it.
Yeah.
I still love David Nikhail as Anatoly, so.
What did you think of him having to trust his Bratva brothers and the whole sharpening their knives on his back?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
And it looks like they were all hitting the same spot almost.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the flashbacks. I like this Bratva thing. I've been waiting for it, and for right now, it's living up to the hype. I think David Nikhail is killing it. No offense to the dude that played KG Beast in the movie, but this is my favorite version, live action version. Sorry.
Oh yeah, but at least that gives an excuse to Stephen Amell to not take his shirt off. That back with his would look like a topographical map from those 5 years of flashbacks.
I know. At least they can't take those away.
Well, that's what I said. He takes I swear he takes damage every year in those flashbacks. On the island, they were torturing him.
Slate tortured him. Yeah.
Yeah, and then even last year he got like whipped in the back and stuff.
Yeah, man. Somebody wanted to be really deep this week because there are a lot of like literary references. When Floyd was talking about My Kingdom for a Heart, that's like a Shakespeare reference from Richard III. And then Felicity said, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And she's like, I don't know if I'm referencing Shakespeare or Tupac. And I'm like, it's Shakespeare. Tupac never even had a line close to that. Stop it. Just stop it. And then we got a Mark Twain reference when he's like, reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna be uttered. I just knew that one.
Oh, Felicity was shit. Felicity's just that valley white girl. Oh, was that Tupac?
Well, she's so much better than that. I just, she's a plot device now, and it's a shame.
Yeah. Do you think her time has come and gone?
I think we should introduce Ronnie Raymond's father and have them fall in love, and then she can at least be comic book accurate. She'll have that going for her.
Oh, I think that for her being comic book accurate, that ship had sailed a long time ago.
It's never too late to fix a mistake. Just say you're sorry and move on and do better. What else happened? Oh yeah, we finally got a Casey Jones reference. I was waiting for that one.
I might have missed that. What was that?
Where he's like, the guy's like, something about a guy fighting crime in a hockey mask, and Oliver's like, I think it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, okay, finally we've gotten it out of the way. This was a little hokey and cheesy, but that's okay, I think. Right? This episode was a little cheesy.
Well, like I said, it just seemed like, the guy gets dunked in the chemicals. There's your Joker or Harley Quinn, and I don't know, I don't know.
I think that, trust is not given, it's earned. You know what I mean? Some people like to trust people until their trust is broken. I think trust is one of those things like respect that needs to be earned. So I really am at a fundamental philosophical disagreement with Felicity and her rush to push all these civilians into vigilantes. Like, what is her deal? Like, it's just really weird how they're writing Felicity. They even made the reference to mommy and daddy. And I'm just like, please never say that again.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, forget their skill levels. That they still need time to hone their skills. But the new team, it's just Oliver hasn't known them that long. They haven't known Oliver that long. There hasn't been enough time for trust.
Yeah.
I mean, he unmasked.
And why was the teenage girl the best one out of the new team? Like, what? She didn't whine. She wanted to actually follow the rules.
And it's I know Curtis isn't a fighter yet, but he was an Olympic athlete. They even mentioned it. He shouldn't be completely clumsy.
Maybe he has a chip and it's malfunctioning. Ooh.
Ooh.
Put your tinfoil on for that one.
Hey, that would explain how he can control the T-spheres.
Like they actually even know what a T-sphere is besides a quick glance at Wikipedia. Come on. Like they have a disdain for comic book canon. This whole crew does. Like ever since Kressberg and Belanti like gave the mantle to Mark and Wendy Merkel, like that's just been the rule of thumb. And they are very proud of that on social media. Like I'm not making that up. It's been in interviews and stuff. So, as a comic book fan, especially as a hardcore Green Arrow fan, it's just a little hard to swallow sometimes when they say that. But shows.
I mean, T-spheres could look cool, and they probably wouldn't be that big of a special effects budget. Put some flashing lights on them and stick them on some fishing wire. Come on.
The Addams Family. Oh no, the Munsters. Addams Family had better special effects than the Munsters. But no, like I want to get to the point where I'm excited to come home and watch Arrow, but like at the same time I'm like, what else can I do before I do this?
Oh.
So I want to be like excited. Like I used to be hyped. Like I didn't care what it was, what I was doing. I was gonna live tweet Arrow, and I can't do that because of my job now. But like I like talking about it. I like the potential it has, but I just know that all this stuff's gonna blow up in our faces in like 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. So I've been like bracing myself for that so-called Velocity episode. So yeah. I can't really make a good decision until that episode airs, but they've been doing a good job, and I just want them to keep it up.
Yeah, but like you said, someone's probably dying. It's probably Wild Dog, because if Diggle's coming back, that Arrow cave is going to get kind of crowded again.
Well, the new team can't last. Something has to give, because Thea might be putting the red suit back on.
All right, I'm going to call it now. Wild Dog will die, and maybe Curtis gets injured where he can't be in the field for a while. Mark my words.
Yeah, I always expected him to be the Felicity replaced. Like, I've had this sinking feeling in my stomach that Felicity was going to be the new Black Canary. Like, I just have that sick thought in the back of my mind this whole time. And so it's like, well, she's going to need a tech replacement. And look who showed up the next season. I was just like, oh God. So I could totally see that happening.
Yeah, that's why I thought she was going to be in that grave last season. And I thought, because once they said Curtis was going to be a regular in season 5, I was like, they don't need Felicity.
Well, she has a hardcore following. She, they're very vocal about what they do and do not like, and they support the writers through thick and thin. So I think that has a lot to do with the longevity of the character.
I have nothing against Felicity. I mean, I was one of the few that said I didn't really have a problem with her and Oliver dating, but I just give her good material to work with.
I didn't have a problem with them dating at first until they turned into this weird, like, they just sacrificed her character and her character growth and everything that it could have been to make her this whiny, overbearing, nagging kind of girlfriend, which wasn't cool for me. I think the character and the actress deserve better.
She completely turned me off when, like, she broke up with him and, all the, you lied to me and all this and that. And I'm like, you've known who Oliver was for years.
Exactly. And I thought that maybe they would date and then, like, outgrow each other but still stay friends kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But anyway, what could have, should have happened? It's in the past. We're trying to actually work past it. I'm actually surprised they referenced their relationship this week. Mm-hmm. Which tells Curtis they don't have a relationship like that anymore or whatever.
Yeah, I think they'll give us little things like that, but I don't think they're going to get deep into the relationship. At least probably not the first half of the season. If they actually get deep into it, it's probably not going to be till like the second half.
Yeah, definitely the second half. But there is supposedly a big Velocity episode coming up where they have to, I guess because Oliver finds out about Billy. So. My Felicity is probably going to spark up. So I just want to see how they deal with that, and then I can really make a decision about how I think the season's going to go from how they handle that. But yeah. There was another Easter egg I wanted to talk about. I can't think about it now. Oh, I was being really facetious about the beginning because I don't know if you know this about wrestlers or not. Like I said, I used to be into wrestling a lot, and Cody Rhodes was like Rhodes is his like family stage name. Like his family's like was big in the WWF, which turned into the WWE, and they actually owned that last name Rhodes, so that's why he was probably using his real name Reynolds.
Oh, was he
What's that, kids?
Was he related to Dusty Rhodes? Okay.
That's his dad, I think, right? Yeah, his dad.
I think, yeah, because I knew he had a son. Okay.
And then he had a brother too, so that was in the wrestling. So yeah. So yeah, that was my little. I know what's up about wrestling every now and then. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about for Arrow. I do want to remind you guys that Green Arrow number 9 is out. It is part 2 of Island of Scars arc, and it is awesome. If you haven't been reading Green Arrow, you need to start reading Green Arrow Rebirth because it's been one of the best titles for sure.
Yes, hear.
And if you want to hear more about that, be sure to be on the lookout for Worldís Finest, where we break down that comic along with a lot of other comics of this week. So, yep, you can find that on Channel 52. And you can also look for Worldís Finest, blah, blah, blah. You know the spiel. What would you give this episode as a grade?
I would probably give this a... are we doing... I forget. Are we doing letters?
Yeah, let's do letters.
Okay. I'll probably give it a B-.
I gave it a flat B as in boy as well. Yeah, they're kind of losing steam. Like the pacing is there, but it's just like they're introducing so many people, so much stuff. Arrow has that problem. I think they really need to like learn to focus on just a few things and flesh that out instead of throwing a million things at the fans.
I mean, can you imagine if everyone's here and then we get into the crossover and you throw in all those other people too?
Can you imagine people that don't watch The Flash? Like, I've always kind of thought that everybody that watches Arrow watches Flash, but not everybody that watches Flash watches Arrow. Yes. But I've come across quite a few people who actually watch Arrow and don't watch anything else in the Arrowverse. And that's just insane to me. You're missing, well, you're not missing a lot, but you're missing a lot of like the fun.
Well, that's why the first thing they threw into the recap this week was Barry talking to Felicity and saying, I ran back and changed the timeline.
Exactly.
I was like,
who the hell is that for? Oh, yeah.
Well, I knew the minute I saw that. I was like, oh, I think it was going to mention his son.
You know, people are seriously up in arms about that, but it is what it is. It's the internet. You can feel offended about almost anything.
I just think it's sad. Baby Sarah got wiped out.
I think Baby Sarah's Prometheus. That's my super, super tinfoily crackpot theory. You erased me from this timeline, but Dr. Alchemy brought me back. Boom, boom.
Yeah, but why would she be mad at Oliver then? Would she be mad at Barry?
Because she encouraged Barry to be the Flash. Gave him his name, in fact.
You're one of the 20 people who told him, run, Barry, run.
And also, I don't know. I can come up with something. I can do it next week. I'll let you know. I can flesh this theory out.
Okay.
Anyway, who is your favorite character?
Let me think. Probably Oliver. I think, like we said, he's getting more back to his season 1 roots, and he isn't all mopey all the time. He seems like a more well-rounded character. I mean, he's not perfect yet, but he seems to be getting more well-rounded.
I am gonna go with supporting character. I like Evelyn. Like I said, she could be a lot worse than what she was. I really didn't like her in her debut, but I think that they're really trying to walk that back. Especially, they're trying to get those Young Justice brownie points by giving her the codename Artemis. So high hopes for that character. Favorite main character, I'm definitely going to agree with you on Oliver. He's being BAMF, and he's actually standing up to Thea like, hey, what did I tell you, little girl? which is surprising, but yeah, I like that. I'm actually, for the first time since this series has started, really starting to like and root for Oliver. Not just because of my hopes and dreams for him, but because of as he is on screen. So that's a big improvement.
Yeah, I like Evelyn. I have no problem with her character so far. Well, this season so far, but she looks very young.
And yeah.
It's just like, oh my God, there's like a 13-year-old out there fighting her.
Well, this is a Batman ripoff.
Yeah, true.
At least she's not 9.
It's our Carrie Kelly.
So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I think, unless you had a favorite scene, we already kind of talked about mine. My 2 favorite scenes, but yeah.
No, but they did give us that obligatory, the old cliched. Walking slowly away from the explosion.
I know! We haven't had a good explosion on Arrow in a while, though. I think that's why they did it.
Oh, like 80s movie, yes!
I just wanted to put the sunglasses on. That would have been perfect. I need that GIF. ASAP. Somebody tweet it to me at Lilith Hellfire. Speaking of shameless plugs and self-promotion, I want to remind you guys that you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Queen Consolidated. We are on Twitter at QC_SMG pod, and you can email us via queenconsolidated.smg@gmail.com. And we are available on all your favorite podcatcher services such as iTunes, Stitcher, Lisbon.com, and of course, if you are an Android user, over on Google Play Music under the podcast section. Rate, review, and subscribe. And remember to download because streaming doesn't count. Phil, what do you want to shamelessly plug?
Well, and if you want a quick and easy way to follow all 4 shows on the Legends of DC podcast, on Facebook, it's Legends of DC Podcast, and Twitter, it's at Legends of DC Pod. And I mean, you can always get a hold of me, please. I'm follow me. I live tweet most of the shows. Nightwing PDP. Oh, at Nightwing PDP on Twitter, and my email is nightwingpdp@gmail.com.
Yep. So we had Supergirl on Monday. That's the Krypton Report. Tuesday is Flashpoint. Of course, Wednesday is us at Queen Consolidated. And Thursday for Legends of Tomorrow is Legends of DC with Charlie and Zach.
I cannot
so
wait to hear
we hope you've been enjoying. I know this week I heard good things about this episode. And I loved their first episode. It was hilarious.
Oh, did you hear it? I didn't hear it yet.
Well, just from what I saw them chatting back and forth in the group chat, I can only imagine. I know Zach brought some of that up. So, yep. I think it's time for you to take us out of here.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this podcast and it doesn't feel like you're getting stabbed in the back by the Bratva. But until then, come back next week. Until then, this is Queen Consolidated, signing off.